Hey, we're on the rock cycle notes, our last section of notes for this chapter. So let's go ahead and get started on with our fill-in notes. So what is the rock cycle? Basically, it's a bunch of processes, several processes that can change our rocks from one type to another over time. And I mean long periods of time. Those rocks include our igneous, sedimentary, metamorphic. Every one of those rocks can become one of the others at some point over millions of years. So how does it work? So how does this work? Let's do a very simplified version here. So essentially, we have heat and pressure below the surface of the Earth that's creating our metamorphic rocks deep within the Earth. Now, volcanic activity eventually will push those rocks, which have been changed into magma and lava, will push that up to the surface. And then we know that igneous rocks are created from that magma and lava once it comes out. Then from there, igneous are then weathered and eroded to create our sedimentary rocks that we discussed. Sedimentary rocks then are eventually pushed far beneath the surface where heat and pressure start the cycle all over again. So that's a real basic, quick version of how the cycle works. So here's a basic picture of the rock cycle. Basically what we were talking about, the metamorphic rock beneath eventually will form that magma and lava, which comes out, which becomes igneous. That igneous then is eroded or weathered and eroded. Sediments form sedimentary rock, pushed beneath the surface, forming a metamorphic again, and we start over. The Earth recycles these rocks. Everything becomes a rock again. The rock cycle is an ongoing series of processes inside the Earth and at the surface. It slowly changes rocks from one kind to another, as we said, and any one of those types of rocks can change into another type. Here's a nice picture. You're going to need to fill this in at the bottom of your notes, the stuff that's missing. Basically what I just talked about, lots of arrows, but you can see our metamorphic rock. Again, once it becomes magma, that magma then comes up to the surface where it's cooled, becomes igneous, weathered and eroded. Those sediments compacted, cemented, down into sedimentary rock, which heat and pressure forms metamorphic, and it starts over. A metamorphic rock can be shoved back up through plate tectonics to the surface, where it can be weathered and eroded, and then takes a shortcut right to sedimentary rocks. Igneous rocks can eventually get shoved down beneath the surface of the Earth again, where heat and pressure can turn it back into a metamorphic, and it comes back up this way. So you can kind of see there are some shortcuts that can be taken, and any of these three rocks can become the other one again. All right, that concludes the rock cycle notes.